Hey everybody, Dog8798 here. This is my salute of the Toxic Avenger franchise. I just got into this awesome franchise earlier this year with the Toxic Crusaders. With the Toxic Crusaders cartoon, which aired from 1990 till 1991 with a total of 13 episodes before being canceled and not picked up for syndication. Like I said in my review of this show right here was also one of the best cartoons, hands down. This cartoon was just downright hilarious. One of the best parody cartoons of all time. Those of you who know Toxic Avengers is about a janitor named Melvin Junko who, after a horrible prank gone wrong, falls into a bladder of waste and becomes a hideously deformed mutant of superhuman size and strength, and he teams up with other hideously deformed mutants of superhuman size and strength. Major Disaster, Headbanger, No Zone, Junkyard, and battle the evil forces of Dr. Killamoff and his henchman, Bonehead, one of the bullies who picked on Melvin and accidentally got mutated into a skeleton during a fight scene with Toxie, the main character, and Psycho, a genre savvy villain who has the uncanny ability to predict the future, man. Predict the future. That's his power. This right here got me into the Toxic Avenger franchise. When I was researching the Toxic Crusaders cartoon for review on Wikipedia, I heard that the Toxic Crusaders cartoon is based on these independent films called the Toxic Avengers film, which is a series of 4 films created by the independent group Trauma, who create a lot of campy horror action type films. And I watched the Toxic Avengers film, and the first two movies were awesome. The third and fourth movie I thought were terrible, but I still enjoy them. The first movie was awesome. Introduced us to the Melvin Junko character. Cool origin story, cool geek outcast to hero story, badass makeup effects, action and stunt work, and all the gory violence I can see. Toxie was hitting some fatalities in this film. This film was like, for me, seeing for the first time, was like a combination of the Ninja Turtles movies. This movie was a combination of the Ninja Turtles movies and Mortal Kombat, because you kept seeing so much violence in X-Men, because the main character is a hideously deformed mutant of superhuman size and strength. Then we get the Toxic Avenger 2, well, since they introduced us to who Toxie was, we got more action in this film and a brand new story with Toxie going to Japan with the evil Apocalypse group sending Toxie to Japan so he can meet his father, and while they tear up Traumaville, New Jersey, while the Toxic Avengers character is going. I love this film because this film not only did this film mark surprisingly the acting debut of martial artist Michael Jai White. I thought his first appearance was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze, but this was his first appearance here. This film had even more action and more stunt work, and it was even more cheesier and hilarious than the first one. In the first film, Toxie had a more serious voice. In this one, he sounds like a Power Ranger, Ninja Turtle type character. And of course, all the violence and goriness is back. Then of course you got Toxic Avenger 3, with Toxie becoming the new head of Apocalypse organization, the very criminal organization he set out to destroy. This film I thought was terrible. It was kind of cheesy, but it was still good. It was still fun and entertaining to watch. I couldn't get enough of the Toxic Avenger character. In Toxic Avenger 4, I thought this film was terrible. The plot was good, but this film was too gross, too much sexual gross humor, too idiotic, and too many references to real life events like the Columbine massacre and so many more. But this is an awesome series right here, and I can't wait for the reboot. And they say it's going to be a PG-13 movie. I hope it's at least as good as the first 2 films. It would be really cool to make that Toxic Crusaders live-action movie they wanted to make back in the day but never made. I would love to see the Toxic Crusaders, all those characters, Major Disaster, Toxie, No Zone, Junkyard, Psycho, Doctor kill him off in Bonehead in a live action film. That would be badass. Of course, the Toxic Avenger Friends has a lot of memorial like action figures and comics. I would love to have all of that, but I only discovered this franchise recently. Yeah. So well, this is my short salute of the Toxic Avengers franchise. Going to be reviewing these movies in series later, and going to do another video talking about the Toxic Avengers reboot. All right, dog out.